Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining me for another Sketchbook Sunday episode. I'll be chatting about something very exciting today, so I hope you stick around while painting this beautiful natural forest scene. I will also link the artist that I was inspired by in the description, and as always, you're welcome to follow along or just listen to the chat. So if you've been a long-term follower and viewer of my videos, then you've heard me talk about how much I want to move into a forest and just live in a small little cabin in the forest far away from it all. And this was the plan for my partner and I for a few years. We were eventually going to do this anyway, once we reached some financial goals that we wanted to reach. But 2020 sort of threw us a curveball and made us really evaluate our priorities and made us realize that happiness and choosing happiness is sort of the most important thing, because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. And as a result, we decided to start looking for our maybe not forever home, but something pretty close to that. So this is the story of how we purchased our dream little home in the woods. So, like I said, this wasn't something that we were planning to do at this point in our lives. We wanted to reach some financial goals, get to a point where we were pretty financially independent. We wanted to retire early, and by early I mean in our late 20s. So we were still, working away and meeting our financial goals. But we started, like I said, based on what happened in 2020, we decided that we were gonna go look for our cabin now rather than delaying happiness. And so we very passively started searching on all those online realty websites for about 2 months. And by passively, I mean like every few days just browsing and seeing what they had. And I didn't have very high hopes that we were actually going to find something, because I had very specific stipulations. I wanted this to be a large property, so several acres. I wanted those acres to be treed so that it was a forest, and I wanted a small little open concept home smack down right in the middle of it. And I wanted all of that for a very low price. We didn't want to spend a whole whack of money on this place, because we didn't want to be tied in paying off a house for 25 years. We wanted to pay off this house in just a couple of years. So that was definitely going to limit a lot of our options. But anyways, we were passively searching, and after about 2 months, I came across a listing of a house that basically fit all of my criteria. It was on a 7-acre forested property with an adorable little open concept home on it. The windows in it were really big, so it was perfect for looking out into the forest. And by some miracle, it was within the budget that we had allotted ourselves, so we were really excited about that. So immediately I reached out to the seller's real estate agent, and he said unfortunately the seller had already accepted an offer, so the house was conditionally sold. So I was really disappointed. I felt like the opportunity of a lifetime had sort of passed us by, and we missed it by just a couple of days. So that was really disappointing. But he said if we wanted, that he could help us find a home that was similar to that one, which I agreed to. So a week went by and I still hadn't heard back from that agent. So I reached out to him again a week later. and he said that the house that we originally inquired about was actually back on the market because the original buyer, didn't waive one of the conditions, and that could literally mean anything. So I felt like this was our chance, like this was meant to be, this was destiny, and we quickly got ourselves a real estate agent. Like, that's how passively we were looking. We weren't serious enough to even have a real estate agent at that point. So we had a family friend who was a real estate agent, and he helped us out, and we went to go and view the property. And after we viewed the property, we really liked the actual home and the property, but the drive is what really held me back. It was an 8-hour round trip, and on paper that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're actually physically driving for that long, it really kind of made me reevaluate some things, because I didn't want to be far away from my mom, especially. I spent a lot of time with her, and I just didn't want to be that far away from her. She's one of my, like, the most important people in my life. So that kind of held me back. That is what gave me doubts about it. But I went through with the steps anyways of purchasing the home, like getting the deposit and putting the offer in and everything, because I didn't want to regret not trying to purchase this house. I was just secretly hoping that they would choose a different offer, so that I wouldn't feel regret. I would know that I tried everything I could to get this house, and if they chose somebody else, then that was beyond my control. But of course they did accept our offer, and we had a couple of days to meet some conditions, otherwise we could back out. And in that time we had an inspector go in, and he found some minor things, but we used that as sort of collateral, or not collateral, but we used that as a buffer to try and get the price down of the house. So we counter offered for a lower amount than we did originally, and the seller was taking a really long time to get back to us, and our real estate agent was saying that this is not a good sign, that they're entertaining other offers. And at that point I got really upset, because I realized that I might have lost this house. And that's when I knew that I actually really did want this house, because I was just nervous that we weren't going to get it. And luckily they responded, and we got the house. And it still hasn't really kicked in that we own this adorable little home in a forest, but I feel like this is the right path for us, and I will have basically a limitless amount of inspiration now for my nature paintings, because I can look out any window on any wall of the house and have a completely different forest scene to paint. I was also thinking of possibly even starting a homesteading YouTube channel, and just documenting, the renovations that we're going to be doing, and just the slower living life that we want to lead by moving where we are moving. Let me know if that's something that you guys would actually be interested in watching, and perhaps I will start a channel for that as well. Anyways, that's about it for my painting today. Thank you so much for watching, for sticking around. I hope that you continue to stick around and watch my videos. I upload 2 every single week. If you are enjoying my videos, and you haven't already, then I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, and even consider liking my video, because it really does help me grow my channel. When you like and comment, it kind of passively tells YouTube that you are enjoying my content, and therefore they recommend it to a lot more people, which in turn helps me grow. So again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you in the next one.